Hey over there, Joe Lunchbox.
And Joy Nightingale.
And today we have landed right here in Waterbury, Connecticut. Now we're going to go to an attraction I've wanted to go to since I've known it existed. You see, here there's actually a spot called Holy Land, USA. That's right, a biblical themed theme park. Now, it's not actually is and isn't. You see a guy named John Greco started construction here in 1955. He was a Waterbury lawyer and he wanted to make this attraction, but sadly it closed in 1984. Since then, different organizations, some nuns and other people keep trying to get it reopened, and it has problems with vandals and a lot of different things, and it hasn't reopened. We came here probably, I want to say, in like 2013, and there's this big gate as you see behind us, and we're like, oh, we're not going to trespass. We don't want to get in trouble. And I was like, I just wish we could get in. And we don't want to break the law. But then actually is a Holy Land USA website. And it does say, sadly, the park is closed. But you're free to walk around when it's sunny out. It's considered trespassing once the sun goes down, and they will get the authorities to arrest you. But during the day, sunny hours, come on in. So like there's obviously no facilities and stuff like that, but you can still walk around what is left of Holy Land USA. And that's what we're going to do today. So step right up. Let's go for this ride. Weird seeing a no trespassing sign. More or less have small print. Private property, no visitors before sunrise or after sunset. So daytime, walk on through. You see what I mean? It's so weird. Big giant gate. You could just walk right to the side of it. Or right to that side of it. Up to the hill. Joy, does it feel weird just coming around the gate? It's like, giant gate, stay out. But you just walk in. Looks like we start with the Holy Land Chapel. Now, a lot of what we have here is supposedly New Testament. It takes place in Bethlehem. It takes place in Jerusalem and around Jerusalem. There are some Old Testament stories as well. So, never been here. I like it because it has a folk art feel. So we get to check it out. You can see right there on this main entrance, it says Jerusalem, Holy Land, Bethlehem. I'm going to go to in this hole in this gate that says Holy Land. And when I was saying it was a theme park, it wasn't like a theme park with rides. It all was this town of these miniatures. It's just sad seeing how much disarray it was. On their website, it says that they were supposed to reopen in 2019. And I thought, they might have had a little delay, then the pandemic might have pushed off that reopening. But when I see some of these buildings in such ruin, I'm like, it might be a little farther off to reopen than they said it was. This inn is in Bethlehem. You can see it used to say no vacancy. This would have been the inn that turned Mary and Joseph away on that Christmas Eve night. Well, it wasn't Christmas then, but December 24th night. Because if we go 2 buildings down, we have our nativity scene. You see Mary and Joseph praying over baby Jesus. And it looks like this is new here, because it says donated to Holy Land in November of 2018. So this isn't one of the original things. I guess this is start of the repairs to get it back up and operational. And we definitely are on top of a hill. It has a beautiful view of Waterbury. It's one of my favorite views I ever see. Oh, hi, Joy. The tomb of St. John the Baptist. It is amazing, these little cement structures to form these buildings, some red paint to label everything. Jesus is condemned to death. I don't know if this is like going to be the Passion story. We're going to take this in and find out. Like I said, we've never been here before. We never explored this. It just was something I definitely wanted to come see and share with you. Definitely could see a lot of this still is in major disarray. The paths are very uneasy. Greater love than this no one has, that one lay down his life. St. John. Looks like we have the scene of the Last Supper here. Jesus meets his mother. We're continuing up that path that we started, where it says Jesus was condemned to death. Jesus is helped by Simon. We have some animal footprints in the snow in front of the Last Supper scene. I have greatly desired to eat this Passover before I suffer. Luke. By this all men know that you are my disciples. John 13:31. Rejoice with me because I have found my lost sheep. Luke 15:6. And there you see Jesus at that Passover dinner, the Last Supper. The sun is still rising here. It's beautiful how it's shining through what remains of these little buildings. Jesus falls a second time. I'm figuring some of these signs that we saw earlier that were missing would have been when Jesus was proceeding and he fell the first time. That would have been him carrying the cross. Jesus speaks to the woman. Jesus falls a third time. Yeah, I was excited when I was reading their website. Opening in 2019, I know it's 2022, but I thought there would have been more repairs done than are done. I don't see this spot, sadly, opening anytime soon. It is nice, though, that even though it is closed, that visitors can come during sunlight hours and walk around. We have a sanctuary from Jerusalem. It is said that people have to come and deface something that was meant to be religious, teach people. It looks like we have come to Jesus' tomb. It says, he has risen even as he said. These buildings, sadly, I don't know what these were supposed to be. They have fallen in such disarray and ruin. I don't know how many buildings are actual significant spots in Jerusalem, Bethlehem, or if some of them are filler buildings. There we have Jesus is laid in the tomb. Jesus is nailed to the cross. And here we would have the three crosses. The middle one is one that Jesus would have been crucified on top of the hill outside of Jerusalem. It's at the top of the whole Holy Land USA theme park. And to my right, you can see the three little crosses. Well, they were actually really big crosses on top of the hill, like I said, symbolizing where Jesus was crucified. But as we pan to my left, we get to the really big cross they have on top of this hill. Now this cross does light up at night. It says Our Lady of Peace. And this definitely, I feel, is something like you're coming down the road. The main roads that you're going to pass to get here would be Route 8 going north and south, or Route 84 or Interstate 84 going east or west. And this cross at night, when it is lit up, you can see it from those roads. We are here in daytime, obviously, so you can't see it lit up. May this symbol of peace protect all who pass under the shadow. May her illumination remain a reason of hope for For all who gaze upon her, a gift to the people of Waterbury, Connecticut. Joy pointed out, it looks like, judging from the little red lettering at the top, that here would have been the walls of Jericho. If you do come here to Holy Land, USA, make sure you take some time, because since it is so overrun by trees and bushes now, you might miss some of these little paths that there are to go down, see some of these buildings. Looks like down this path we have the Tower of Babel. I know that because it says the Tower of Babel. And now I'm just babbling about the Tower of Babel because I have nothing else to say about the Tower of Babel. Do you?
No, you were doing all the babbling for me.
Okay. It's funny because the tower looks all worn down, but the paint on the word Babel looks pretty fresh. That's a bright red. And like I said, they have been trying to restore, and it keeps failing attempts. I like that one of the early attempts was actually done by a local Boy Scout troop. So I don't know if that just is in the shade and Babel hasn't faded over the years, or is this one of the things they came through and painted one of those times. Definitely do make a statement standing on top of the hill here. We stumbled upon some deer. We're trying to be quiet. We don't want to disturb them. But it is a beautiful sight to see here in Holy Land. Dear, do you come here to pray? Disturb that deer. Oh dear, you look cold. I think we should keep walking. Found some more pieces of this park we didn't see before, the Cave of Jeremiah, and 2 more plaques with words. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And then sadly some more stuff that's in disarray. I do like it. Is interesting with it falling apart, seeing the materials that were used to create these structures. They really do have a DIY feel to them, which I like. I like people that take the initiative, build their own attractions. And if you like seeing stuff like this, biblical parks or folk art stuff, you know what you should do?
What should they do?
They should subscribe to our channel. And if you like this one in particular, you could like it. Me and Joy, we're not the most religious people. I'm not saying we're not religious. Let's just say we don't have the most knowledge about religion. So if there's buildings here that you know what they meant or didn't know,
oh, please tell us in the comments below.
Yeah, let us know what these things were. Because I like to learn. Even if I'm not religious, I feel the more knowledge someone has, the better. My favorite thing about religion is just teaching moral lessons, which I feel is important in the world. So I do like coming and seeing things like this. I think it's important.
I also love like the structures, like the churches, synagogues, and how just beautiful.
She's not talking here. There are no synagogues here.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general.
In general, houses of worship.
They're gorgeous.
Yes. This is in a little more disarray, but I find the beauty in the decay. So I really am enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying
really
this.
Nice too.
We're going to see what else there is to see. Let's keep walking. Make sure you watch your step. Uneven paths everywhere we go. Until you hit the one main road. Joy's still trying to look for her deer friend.
Oh dear, I can't find them.
Love the little doors. Cement forming almost like a stucco feel to these buildings. I was contemplating if this was a path or not, but looking at those large rusty screws coming down, and I don't want to get tetanus, so we're gonna not wander up this way. The gate that is built here reminds me of a castle structure. A lot of those old cities in Israel would have been walled-in cities. So, you know, like Jesus was crucified outside the walls of Jerusalem because it was a walled-in city. So I wonder if this symbolizes any of those. Making our way back to where our car is parked, but I wanted to just show where the manger scene is, the nativity, all the little buildings above it, creating the city that we're in, the city of Bethlehem. All built up on the hill. Have a pyramid and a little well. More of the city. Trying to figure out what these structures were. This one just says Mary's. There's not that much left to go by on that. Got some more remnants of little buildings. Found the Grotto of the Holy Family. This place is pretty epic. I wish I could have seen it when it opened, when it was in its heyday in the 60s and 70s. Would have been amazing to see. Holy Land, USA. You can see this is the view that you get from the main Route 8 going north. When you see the cross lit up at night, you get to see this Holy Land, USA. Holy Land, USA. Something about it reminds me of the Hollywood sign. Using these little garden dividers to write, honor cod. Guess it wants us to remember when the fishermen in those stories, or, oh wait, I think it means honor God. I don't think we're supposed to honor the actual fish of cod. Okay, I'm mistaken. I apologize. Honor God. We came, we explored, we saw all there was to see.
Yep.
And that is Holy Land, USA, here in Waterbury, Connecticut. Like I said, it would have been cool seeing this spot in its heyday, but it is cool seeing it with all the buildings looking so distressed and dilapidated. I hope it does when they get reopened.
That would be
and
cool.
If you come here, don't vandalize, don't break these buildings, because one day, hopefully, generations to come could enjoy this spot. But I think we could call it
I think so.
Holy Land, USA. Been there, done that. Remember, folks, safe travels.
Good eats.
And live life. And up this steep hill, we just were looking at another statue on top of this obelisk. And there's Joy. Any last things to say about Holy Land, Joy? No. Okay, say bye, Joy.